Hi, it's Alaska Granny. It's time to clean out the pantry. I have some foods that need to be rotated. So I'm going to show you a very simple recipe for an Italian bean soup. It's all made out of shelf-stable ingredients that you can have in your prepper pantry. Canned goods, packaged goods, spices, cans of vegetables, which if you have fresh, that's much better. But we don't always have fresh, and we want to be able to make a meal in a hurry, especially if we don't have money to buy fresh ingredients. We can turn to our prepper pantry, our food storage stockpile, and make a quick meal with the foods that we have on hand. Get out a big pot. Let me show you how to make this Italian bean soup that's right out of your prepper pantry. It's really delicious and goes together quickly. You need 1 can of diced tomatoes, 1 can of garbanzo beans, which are also called chickpeas, 1 can of mixed vegetables. If you had dehydrated, they would work great. And anything fresh that you have, feel free to add that as well. 1 quart of broth. I usually use chicken, but I'm using vegetable today because I need to rotate it, which also makes this a vegan option. Perhaps you could add the same amount of water and add some bouillon. For seasonings, I added dried onion, garlic powder, and Italian seasoning. I used 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, 1 teaspoon of minced onion, and 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. Season it to your liking, add pepper if you want, and any other additions or subtractions. That's what's nice about making your own soup. You can season it to meet your tastes. You also want about 1/2 cup of dry pasta. Look around in your kitchen. What pasta do you have that you need to use up? Smaller pasta shapes are usually preferable when you're adding it into soups. Because all of the ingredients in this Italian garbanzo bean soup recipe are shelf stable, you can put them all together in a Ziploc bag, including put the spices and seasonings into a little box, put it away in your pantry. Then when you want to make the meal, pull out the bag, pour the ingredients into the pot, and get cooking. If your ingredients don't fit in a gallon Ziploc bag, look for some of these jumbo size 2.5 gallon bags at Dollar Tree, because these are great for large size meals. Into a large pot, add your broth. Add your can of diced tomatoes. Drain and rinse, and then add your garbanzo beans or chickpeas. Stir in your Italian seasoning, onion and garlic. We want to bring our soup to a boil. Once my soup comes to a boil, I'm going to add about 4 ounces of spaghetti noodles, and I'm going to just break them up so that they're small. If you have small noodles, that works great, but any small pasta will work. Then I'm going to simmer it until the pasta noodles are done. Depending on the size of and type of pasta you use will determine how long this step takes. Probably 8 to 12 minutes. Check your pasta that it's al dente. Don't overcook it. You don't want it to get mushy. This is also the time you would add any fresh vegetables that you have. Everything from green beans, carrots, zucchini, squash, cabbage. Whatever you have on hand would make this even more delicious. The pasta is done, so I'm going to stir in the drained and rinsed mixed vegetables. The vegetables are completely cooked, so I'm just going to stir them in to incorporate them and to get them heated through. I don't want to cook them because I don't want them to become mushy. So you can see what the ratio is of beans with tomatoes, vegetables, pasta. So depending on how you like your soup, that'll give you an idea of what ratio you may want to add to your Italian bean soup. I've ladled it into a bowl. I'm going to top it with some shredded Parmesan. Perhaps you can have some of the dried Parmesan shelf-stable in your pantry. And my soup is ready to serve. Doesn't that look delicious? Look how that cheese just melted right into that hot tomato vegetable bean broth. Let us know if you try this recipe, if you have any tips or any other recipe ideas, so that we can all rotate the pantry. Keep using the foods that we have. We want to use, rotate, and replace those foods. That's how we have the most food, the freshest food going forward for whatever comes our way. I hope you'll like my video, share it. Please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel. Woo, hot. So good. The cheese is all melted. It's delicious. Yum.